Morning. So this morning my wife came to me and says, you'll need to come and fix the washing machine, it's full of water. Came downstairs, looked at it, it's half full of water. Fortunately it's not full of water because the door's open and the water will be everywhere. So what I thought I'd do was I'd make my video for YouTube whilst I go about trying to fix this thing. I've been under this machine before. It's 15 years old now. It's the second of two machines we've got, a small washing machine and a big washing machine. And I've been into this one before because the pump won't get rid of the water. So when I've been in, there's been coins and screws and hair clips and fluff and stuff like that. So I know what I'm going to be doing, how to do it, but I don't know what I'm going to find today. So join me on this trip and we'll see what's happening. So as we come through into this other part of the garage where the machine lies, this is what we're looking at. This is a Whirlpool. That's the model number, an AWM9000-WM-1100. And it's a big washing machine. There's 6 adults in this house. And we have another machine here. Got this small one, that's for quick washers. This is for big washers, and if you can see inside, there's quite a bit of water. I've already started emptying some of the water out, but I'll let you join me as we go through this process. I just need to get something from my knees. I've already made a start, but we'll just start getting as much water out as we can. The more we get out of here, the less there is that comes out the pipe at the bottom. That'll do. Just empty this. Here we go, nice and clean. So the next stage is taking all of this rubbish off the top. Right, so the next stage is we're going to pull this back, tip it up against the wall, which raises the spout at the bottom and it reduces a flood. You can get something underneath it as well. This is a heavy machine. Right, so need to go and get some wooden blocks that we can put underneath this machine. 2 blocks of wood. Just tilt it back. Put that under that leg. That leg. So we've got room to manoeuvre here. Right, so now need to go and get tools that we're going to have to use. A couple of these. Right, so under here we have got 3 screws. 1, 2, 3, and then this will pop down and we can look at the insides. So let's start off with this one. keep your screws in a safe place, so I'll put my door stick there. Three. Get a bang. That falls away. Right, so here we have, this is where it's all happening. This black pipe here is the water flow from there, comes into here, goes through a process of picking up, filtering out hard, heavy objects. There's a little impeller in here which then takes all the dirty water back up in your... So you can undo that, pull out the tray and get all the rubbish that's blocking the waste. Now this isn't taking it away, so I'm expecting a blockage. Maybe coins, screws, fluff, anything like that. So I'll get a quick tray and we'll start to dismantle it. First I'm going to remove this cable tray. I'll unplug it first. Always make sure you unplug electrical devices before you work on them. Should have done that at the beginning. So we're going to take our ground wires out. Oh, it's this one here. Right, so that's the earth straps off. We're real held in now with these tabs. It's two tabs that push to the outside, so if I push one in, I can actually wiggle it free. That's one. That's two. And we can just move this out of the way. Right. So, for my drip tray. I'm hoping a lot of water doesn't come out of this. So if we pull this plant rubby thing here, we can move the whole unit forward. And I tend to lean it over so the water can come out. You can see why I removed this now, because I wouldn't have been able to get this through without to push this up and potentially break it. So this is normally on really tight, so I just use a pair of grips, get a bit of purchase on it. There we go. Don't bring it all out, it'll just pour. And that's it loose now, so oops, put that in. And now I'll empty this into my bucket. The water's got fluff in it. Back again. Oh Jesus. I didn't put that on that tight. Don't know my own strength. Right, so there's, and this is water that's just pouring the rest of the stuff that's in the machine. Ideally this tray here, we should have a blank, a section out of it. I wouldn't have to lift this up and down, I'd be able to just pour it through the hole. But there we go. I'll give that pipe a quick squeeze. Try and get all of it out, or as much of it out as possible. There we go. Well, shit. So the first time I took this out, I realised there's very little in it. there's flakes of paint. Other than that, a little bit of disgusting yuck on this. It's relatively clean, so I have no idea what is causing the blockage. The stains on that can't get off. That's like rust from old stoves and stuff, so we'll just leave that here. So, and there's nothing in there either. Empty. So in the past, what I've done, I have got a brush, small brush on a wire, and I've forced it up that one, and I've forced it up this grey one as well, and if there's been jams it's dislodged them, so I will quickly go and get that. So I'm going to be using is this thing that I bought. The brush is a bit crushed, you need to lift them up a bit. And the idea is you put this in and you turn this handle and the brush is supposed to spin. It doesn't. For whatever reason it won't. This is now split, so the handle's kind of defunct, but this is handy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shove it up these two pipes and see if there's any obstructions I can feel. Right, now that goes into another engine. There's nothing coming out of that. And I need to take this pipe off. Take this pipe off. I need to take this pipe off, but first I've got to crimp these together, and what I think I'll do is I will take this black pipe off as well. I've got to crimp that together, and that way the whole unit, once the wiring's unplugged, will come out and I can get it on a bench and have a look at it that way. But we'll start doing that now. So there's some water coming out. There shouldn't be any water coming out of this when I take it off. That's just a case of pushing that back. There we go. No water. Let me push this up here. Nothing in there. Oh, there's some fluff. Not a lot to worry about. Right, now to get the back one off. These are the bigger ones for that. Right. So I know the problem with this one at the back is if I lean it forward, there's going to be a spill. So, put my wee, oh shit, too late. Right, I'll leave that in there for now. Hopefully that'll catch any drips. Okay, so now we've got this unit to take out. Lift the lid, connection cable out. Right, so we can now go and take this to the workbench and see what's going on. Oh. Hate being on my knees. There we go. Hopefully in the lighting you'll be alright to see, no problem. So we need to take off find out what's wrong inside here. No blockages, so there could be something stuck inside the propeller. I can just see it. Oh dear, wait a minute. That's got quite a wobble on it. From memory, it shouldn't wobble. Right, there could be a different problem in here now. Right, so we'll take this off. This pulls apart. That's the back casing for the engine. That's the engine. If we pull the motor off, that's the actual motor with the magnets. And inside here is the impeller. Well, from the past you can see I've had to put markings on just to line it up, and they've rubbed off, so let's put new markings on, that way I know it's going in the right place. Right, screwdriver. 3 screws. 1. A safe place. Up. Magnetic trays, worth their weight in gold. Take that out because that's not involved. Right. 3rd screw. Sorry, 2nd screw. And 3rd screw. Right, we should be able to pull off. Oh, well, look at that. That is not supposed to be like that. There's the O-ring water seal. Now, that has got part of the propeller missing. This white disc that's attached to it all should be all the way around, which allows it to lay flat, and this thing should spin freely. Quite clearly something has come through here and damaged one full side, and with it not being at the right angle, it's not going to work. So I'm going to have to try and source one of these. Now, I've had this machine for 14-15 years. It cost us £900. £900, I said, if you didn't hear me, £900 14 years ago, because it was a massive one from Costco. It has cost us nothing since then. Zero, zilch. So whatever I have to pay for this, I hope it doesn't go over £50, is really good value for money. So I'm now going to hit the computer and see what we can find. Right, so to help me with this search, what I've done is taken a photograph of the 2 stickers that are inside the door. They give me the serial number and the model number, and they will help with the search for this. So here we go. Whirlpool AWM9000-WM1100. Okay, part master, let's go for there. What have they got? And if I make sure the part of what I need, right, so we are looking for the water pump, not an engine part, a water pump. There we go. Pump. Oh, and they've got one in stock. It looks exactly. Let me look here. Now that looks exactly the part I want. However, I don't need all of this. I just need this. Not even that casing. I need the grey part. And maybe not even just the grey part. It's the bit inside the grey part, the propeller. But I tell you now, I'm not going to get that. I'm going to have to either buy the whole bit or that bit. And that is what I'm having to pay for it. £94.79. I don't know what the packaging will be, postage, but we'll have a look. I'm going to go further and search some more websites. So stay with me. Okay, so here's what I've found. I've actually found the same part. I think it's exactly the same. It looks virtually identical to what I have for $55.40, £43.14, but it's going to come from America. It's going to cost approximately $11.37 in for shipping, and then a further $18 for import charges, and it could be here by mid to end October. And the only problem with that is that if there's a slight alteration to it that makes it doesn't fit, it's going to be a hell of a fight to get it back and get my money back. My other option is from Whirlpool, who want it for £112, £11.85. We don't know what the postage on that is, or we go with this price here. So from my searches that I've done, this is the cheapest price, and I went ahead and bought it, and the price comes to £102 for delivery tomorrow. That's sorted. I spent about an hour trying to find the individual parts, but you can't find them anywhere. You either have to buy the whole unit, or you can buy units very similar to that, but I'm not going to buy similar. You just cause problems if you buy similar and don't know what you're buying. So it's coming tomorrow, and we'll film tomorrow, put it back in and checking that it works. So for now, I'm going to put everything back together because there's just a bit of an obstruction there in my garage. We'll catch it up tomorrow. Thanks very much. Well, hi up. We're now into tomorrow, 30th of September, and the parcel that I ordered yesterday from partmaster.co.uk arrived. There we go. So what the plan is, I will take off the old unit off the washing machine. I'll then unbox this side by side, and we'll see if the parts match. If not, it's just a shit. If it does, great. We'll film the installation of the new part. Good stuff. So we'll crack on with that. Right, I forgot to press record, but basically what's happened is I went to move the washing machine out, and as I moved it, it started sloshing everywhere. I didn't realise that inside of this thing it had started to fill up with water overnight. Now it's not even plugged in, and it's filling with water. So although there's water pressure into the back of this thing, I don't know why it would be filling up. There's probably more of an issue with this than we realise. But I'm going to go through the whole process of emptying all the water. Then we will change the parts over and see how we get on. Right, new part. Side here. There we go. Nice and shiny. Right, so it's well wrapped up. So you get your machine, and you get a couple of extra bits. Look there. They must stud into the machine to hold this down. Right, so how does this work? So there's a difference straight away. Take that off. Right, so they look exact in every way. Same size. Yeah, same size. However, when you take this off here, you're left with a face. I think that must have the screw. And when you take this off, you're left with that. So, oh, there we go. That is part. So this needs to come out. That's it. So there's the tray. Identical trays, but for some reason this doesn't want to sit on there. It does now. Let's see. Take that off. Right, on, off. Right, so this had become disconnected from the handle. Yeah, right, that's fine. I was worried there. Connection, electrical connections. Ooh. Oh, stiff it. It's exactly the same. And that's got nice sealed rubber ring. So let's go and fit this, and we'll see what these parts come in for. Let's go. So it's now on. Everything's connected up. There should be no leaks. There we go. Tidy up time. If ever your wife's throwing out towels, it's always great to keep them in the garage for this kind of work, wet work. So at the back here we've got our hose, expel hose, and we've got the hot and cold water coming in. When we push this thing back, we make sure that we don't pinch any of those. Right, so push this back in. Room to go. Not pinching. Remember this bit? Right, so an update on the washing machine is that the pump is working fine, and after I had finished that and realised that the other problem of water leaking into the drum, it needed looked at, I went online and clicked on the first link, and the gentleman had the exact same problem. It was the water inlet valves that are located at the back of the machine, so I'm going to try and source them. I'm going to do a wee test them later on, and we'll see if that is where the leak is coming from. It can only be the place where it's coming from, so thanks to Handy Dad TV, well done son. You've probably identified my problem, and I'm going to look at mine, probably get it fixed. It won't harm to put new valves on, but I'm going to run a test first. If they can be taken apart and new seals put in or new washers put in, then I'll probably do that. I have quite a lot of kit in here that would allow me to do that, I would think. So if you managed to get to the end of the video, thanks very much for sticking with me. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. However, if you give it a thumbs down, please put a comment. That's the only way I'm going to learn. I know that I lick my lips a lot, I move them around. My kids have told me off for that, so I'm going to try and stop that. So if you're going to make a comment about that, you're too late. Yeah, stay tuned for the follow-up tomorrow when I take out the water inlet valves. Okay, I've already been online and checked to see if they have them, and they do. They're two separate. One's a cold water, one's a hot water, and they both come in roughly £35 each. That's the lowest I can get them for. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll strip down the washing machine and have a look at that. But thanks for sticking with me, and enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers.